Good evening. I wanted to make a follow-up video to the previous videos in this collection. As in the past, this is for educational value only. It's not a recommendation that you follow my trades. This is a chart of the dollar index, and as we had spoken about earlier, I was considering the fact the dollar index looks like it might break down. It has started to break down. It stopped the breakdown at the previous support of 92.52. If it continues to break, then we'll see the precious metals continue to climb. There is support at 91.85. In that may be a future target. This is gold futures. As you can see, we had this trigger from the previous weeks, and that we triggered in today at 1937. As per the technique, the first criteria was that we break the trend line. So we broke the upper trend line. Second criteria is that we're above the Ichimoku baseline and above the cloud, which is where we are. And the third criteria is that we're above the most recent high, which was what triggered us in at 1937. You can see this blue area right here, the blue fast long it says. That's the turtle way, the way of the turtle, showing you that it's confirming our entry into the price. So we triggered in at 1937. Price now is 1949. We have a second entry point to add to the position, and that's related to the average true range. Average true range, daily true range is now 31. So we will trigger another entry at 1/2 of that, which is 16, which means that we'll take a second position at 1953. We set the stop loss 2% below our initial price, which is 1897. This is a daily picture of the same chart. As you can see, as we broke out, we rallied up to the center of this previous symmetrical triangle and paused at that point. We have higher targets. At this point, the first target has already been exceeded. Second target is 1975, and the third target is 2028. However, as you can see, there's a previous high here at 1999 or 2000. There's a lot of resistance at 2000. If we break 2000, then we're into this much larger triangle, and we're looking at numbers above 2,200. This is a chart of silver. Again, silver was triggered in at 24.625. We broke the symmetrical triangle, the trend line of the symmetrical triangle. We are now above the Ichimoku cloud and above the baseline. And we triggered in a little early because we triggered in when gold triggered. But so we were in at 24.625, and silver presently is 25.43. The targets on silver are 25.50 and 26.80. 26.80 is the center of this previous symmetric triangle. That's not how that's produced. It's produced by a measured move, but it happens to coincide with the center of this previous symmetrical triangle, so I would assume that it'll chase to that target. We are not in a trade on ES or NQ, but if you apply the same methodology, you can see that we're now above the cloud and we're above the baseline, And if we break the previous high, which is at 35.41, that will trigger an entry. Similarly, with NQ, the trigger is 12,249, and we're above the baseline, we're above the cloud, and we just need to break this trend line, which is now imminent. And if we break that trend line and move up and break this previous high, then we'll trigger an entry. I hope this is helpful. I thank you for your time.